Oh, great morning. So I got some brand new cards. These are a bit different again. And I wanted to look into this guy that committed the shooting at the White House at the dinner, okay? And so what was going on with him, why this took place. And so the overview of the reading is about shedding light, that two-faced, ugly on the inside. And I think that this is how he saw Trump, okay? That Trump is, you can't believe a word he says. He made all these promises, and then what he put out is absolutely the opposite, that two-faced, ugly on the inside. We had the Mars. Now I pulled again the astrological things, and I got Mars, which is motion, the fight, the drama. And the Scorpio with that is facing your feelings. Okay, the motion, putting in motion what he was feeling about Trump being two-faced and just so bad. Then with that, we got the Ascendant, which is an entrance. And the Trine, things are magically aligning. So he saw this opportunity open up, okay? And I guess that's what was in the manifesto. I saw this opportunity, and so that was it. He went and did it and did all these apologies and everything to families, friends, etc. So coming into it, he had the Four of Swords. Now in this deck, it's not a mental retreat. It's reaching a crossroads. So mentally, he was reaching a crossroads and going forward, the Oracle, the Three of Swords, entering this place of pain, okay? So the pain, the crossroads, the pain of all the stuff that's going on. At the center of it, we had Arcanum 2, or the High Priestess. So what's being hidden? So it's about, on one side of it, the Six of Cups, and we know what that means in my decks, Epstein stuff, the heart of the ocean, the fact that Trump is two-faced, a liar, a pedophile, all of those things, and this guy was wanting to balance with justice. Wanting to take him out. So above it, what we had with what's hidden is the Three of Cups, the coral. So what's growing underneath the surface? The coral. What's growing underneath the surface, and then the foundation to that is the unfolding, the Nine of Discs. So this pressure point just was growing and growing and growing, the Nine of Discs. In other desks, it's about wealth, power, etc. So the unfolding, this stuff was growing under the surface. When it came to the Epstein files, we had the Ten of Discs, the giantess. Okay, so just this whole, again, that whole, how do I want to say it? The whole cabal. And Arcanum 8, the strength of this whole cabal and drama. So, again, on the other side, when it came to justice, above it we had Seven of Cups, the waters of the moon. So this is that emotional pulling and stuff for things that are still up in the air. So part of that is that emotional pulling that was taking place, what was growing under the surface, that whole cabal above it, that's the whole scenario that was going on. And the foundation under justice was transforming void. The 9, okay, the 9 arcanum, the transforming void. So we have the foundation of all of this is strength, the unfolding of all of it, and the transformation. He saw the opportunity. He reached a crossroads. He sees the pain of all of the drama that's happened. And so he engaged, okay? He engaged. Now, of course, this whole thing, Trump uses it immediately to get a ballroom, okay? Now, they may have, again, this setup because this guy didn't get very far at all. And I guess the dinner was on a whole different floor from where this guy was. Okay. And I don't know what he was putting online or something, but they, some reason may have been watching him. But anyway, I just wanted to look at it and see what it had to say about this guy. And that's what it was coming to, what I got with this aspect of it. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now this guy's going to jail the rest of his life. Okay. And Trump, of course, is using this to get his ballroom. And it's still, I think I'm still not going to say it wasn't a setup. Okay? So we're just going to watch this, continue to play out with what's going on. Just the craziness of all of this. Because at the dinner, they had everybody there. Trump was there, the vice president was there. Now, when they have big things like this, they're not supposed to have the whole cabinet there. Because if, God forbid, there was a taking out of the whole hotel and they all perished, then they would have no leadership in Washington. So the fact that they had everybody there, and the fact that, I think that Carolyn Levitt's thing saying there was going to be shooting, not that she was talking about, that there was going to be a shooter. I think it was that thing, she was talking about the old Trump's going to be there. And he was going to take all these shots and be absolutely heinous, even more so than he usually is, to the press. Okay, so I think that was just a way of speech, that he was going to take all these shots. Because he didn't allow, usually it's roasting the president. Well, he didn't allow any of that this time. He didn't allow that anybody was going to be able to say anything critical of him. But he was going to be up there and, just to really take all these shots at the press. So, we'll just see. We'll just see what happens with this. But yeah, I still say there was some sort of the setup with it. And now the whole Repugly Ugly party is going. He needs to have the ballroom, and the public needs to pay for it. Never ending, never ending. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here, and I'll do an open read and just see what it's going to say today. And I think I'll use these new cards again and just see how they're going to work. So it's giving a bit of a different perspective on things, I think, with this new deck. And he does have extra cards. As you can see, this is a huge deck. It's 90-something cards. It does have some other things in it. We'll see how they work out. The orbs and stuff, which I think is more of a spiritual happening with the subject, okay? That's how I'm kind of initially seeing the extra cards, but we'll see. We'll see how they play out, how they work out doing readings with this. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.